In a trailer of a horror film that will interest you in watching the rest of the film?
Harry's all yours.
I think it's gonna have some sort of like enigma. I think that's the right words.
Yeah.
You've got to make you question the plot, and what you it needs to make you want more.
I know what it shouldn't do, and it shouldn't have the entire plot of the film in the trailer. Like Unfriended, that came out pretty recently, is just an example of that. Had almost the entire plot and ending of the film in there. So it's got to draw you in. It's got to make you think, yes, I'd like to go and see that. But it can't go, oh well, there's the film. I can watch that in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to show a certain degree of sort of fear, but also I think particularly for scary films, keeping the trailer short is kind of important because it makes it seem tense, it makes it seem mysterious, and it makes you think, I kind of want to see a bit more of it.
Yeah.
Whereas if you have a really, really long trailer like you might have on a different genre, because no one's really going to horror films for the plot necessarily.
They just want to get
they're going because it's scary and because it's tense.
Well, it's curiosity, isn't it, as well? So like, if you were to have like a paranormal film about some a ghost or something, you want to show what the ghost is, but you might want to show what you can do.
Yeah.
If that kind of makes sense.
And you wouldn't want it so that when you get into the film and you see it, and it's a tense bit, you don't want to think, oh, I remember what happens at the end of this in the trailer. Yeah. It has to have minimal spoilers. I mean, obviously you want to attract people, but as few spoilers as possible.
Yep, alright, thank you. What's your favourite aspect of a horror film?
Intelligent horror. I mean, you look at all the trailers and everything, and they do jump scares and what have you. That's not intelligent, that's just a cheap scare. What was the film that came out very recently? It Follows or something? That was pretty intelligent and very intense. I quite like that.
Yeah, I quite like, it's when there's the mystery. So, a bit similar to the It Follows. You aren't really told what it is, and there's almost like a build-up towards it. And I like to know a bit of a background of the film, and then you sort of see what you've learnt about. So, like, if you're learning about a demon, then you find out what the demon has done and what he can do, and then you actually see him in action. So,
questions.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Expand.
just second what they're saying. I don't want to waste your battery.
What puts you off a horror film?
Non-intelligent horror, as I said
earlier.
Yeah.
I think what puts me off, I think if it's kind of so similar to everything that we've seen before, because there's so many things out there, particularly when you have sequels of sequels of sequels of sequels, and you know exactly what you're going to expect.
Paranormal Activity.
Yeah, and also they kind of have to know exactly what it is, because some horrors are kind of quite comical.
Yeah.
Like Final Destination, I found quite funny.
I don't know why.
But
sick.
But if you want it to be scary, you have to make it scary. I mean, maybe a little bit of humour might add to the tension. It has to be.
I don't think humour's the best idea, because I've watched films like Scream before, and I think it's just a bit stupid. I mean, there's a man in a Halloween costume running about just sort of poking people.
Something about that is quite funny, isn't there?
Yeah. It's less of a horror film. It's just more sort of
a silly comedy.
Watching an old man prance about and stab kids.
Another thing that I really tend to hate is in horror films is cliches. That's where they do what you said, where they do the same thing over and over again. Yeah. So the first, if we look at Paranormal Activity, the first film that really broke the mould and did the found footage thing was probably Blair Witch.
I don't know.
Cool.
But yeah, so that was the first one to do it, and then Hollywood unoriginality came in, and everyone else started doing it.
Yeah. And
so now we're kind of waiting for the next new thing.
I think that also goes with like predictable endings as well,
yeah.
because I know I'm going to really contradict myself with the fact that I said that you don't go there for the plot, but you don't want to go in there, sit there for an hour, and then you're thinking to yourself, I know exactly what's going to happen. You could do that and lull them into sort of a false sense of security, think you're going around the normal route and then bend off.
Yeah.
But, you know,
so that's true.
filmmaker's decision.
It's good.
Yep, thank you. What setting would you like to see a horror film... what setting would you like to see a horror film take place at?
I think It's got, I think it works better when there's something kind of relatable.
Yeah, I think
If
it's
you get
better
what I
when
mean.
it's when you can relate and you can imagine that it can happen to you. Like things like Insidious, where they have it during the day. There's a scene in Insidious where there's a woman, she's on her own and she's walking around the house doing the laundry, and as she's walking around the house, there's little spooky things, like there's a child just standing there with a gas mask on in the corner by some posts, just watching her, and you're sitting there, you're like, ooh, I don't like that. And after the film, you kind of think, that could happen to me, or mask on in the corner by some posts, just watching her, and you're sitting there, you're like, ooh, I don't like that. And after the film, you kind of think, that could happen to me, or avoiding dark porn.
It's cliches again, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like you just say, that's out of the ordinary. It's like, wait, no one's ever done that before. And if you look at a dark forest or a haunted house, that's been done to death.
Quite, it's what you expect. I like it when it's at home.
The dark forest can kind of work because you can kind of relate to being in the woodlands and being in a being in a sort of rural, secluded bit where you're by yourself and there's a bit of darkness, and cause that does kind of creep you out a bit.
There's a lot you can do with the forest. It's just that it seems to be in every single.
I think it's like isolation is what it is.
Yeah. If there's someone by themselves, it can sort of put you tense.
Yeah, it
It's
does.
more scary because you think to yourself, they're doing it from home, so it's there.
Yeah.
In terms of thinking outside the box with a horror film, that's one of the reasons Alien is such a good film, is because no one's ever done a space horror film.
Yeah.
Yep.
You got any storage left on that phone?
Alright, thank you.